Alright guys, welcome back to episode 9 of The Trader's Mind, and we're almost at the end of the series now as well. And today we're talking about something that quietly kills more accounts than discipline, fear, doubt, and honestly a bad strategy ever does. We're talking about ego, and trust me, every single trader gets caught by ego, including myself. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say I really appreciate everyone following along with the journey and following along with The Trader's Mind. These videos are as much for you as they are for me as well. So let's get straight into it. Ego isn't walking around thinking you're the GOAT. It's way smaller and it's a lot more sneaky. Ego is when you start to almost prove something with every single trade you take. You're trying to prove that you were right. You're trying to prove that you can win back what you've lost and prove to yourself that you're still a good trader. And it's when you catch yourself saying stuff like this when you're trading, it will reverse soon. Let me hold it a bit longer. I can't take this loss. It will ruin my confidence and I'll get this all back in one trade. And if you've ever said any of those things, congratulations, you have met your ego. And let me be real with you for a second. My biggest losses, the ones that really hurt, they weren't at all caused by bad strategy. They were purely caused by my ego and my emotions stepping in. And it still gets me now as well, because when I first started doing YouTube only around a month ago, I felt this pressure like I have to be a really good trader and that I can't lose because everything is now on camera. And because of that pressure, I held losers for longer. I chased trades that I really shouldn't have taken. And I just forced setups that weren't there. And this wasn't because of my strategy. It was purely because of my ego. Because I didn't want to look like I messed up. But the market doesn't know me or you. It doesn't care about me or you. And it's not impressed by what we do. And yes, luckily for me, I've got myself out of having big ego before. So I saw it straight away and I completely flipped my mind. However, you're probably not at that stage yet where you can almost see your emotions and know what steps to take to fix them. So why is ego so deadly in trading? It's because ego instantly replaces your trading plan. And once ego starts showing up, you can't see the charts clearly anymore. You start taking things personally. You want revenge. And you just stop protecting your capital. You start full porting. And that moment where you're trying to prove something, that is the moment where you're no longer trading. You're just gambling now. And this isn't just me saying this. There was an actual study done that over 75% of retail traders increase their risk after a losing streak. Not because they found better setups, not because they've doubled their capital, but because they're trying to prove to themselves that they can win it back. So it's not strategy that's kind of playing into this. It's all about your own pride. And here's the craziest part. Once ego is triggered, it doesn't let go. You just get caught in this big loop. You take a loss, then you feel the need to win. You take a bigger loss, then you need a bigger win, and you feel the need to take a bigger trade, and then you blow the account. It's as simple as that. And that's the loop that you get stuck in. You can't say that you've not been in this loop because every single trader has been in this loop. I have multiple times, hundreds of times probably, and so have you guys. And when people say trading is hard, I instantly think of this loop that you get stuck in. I believe this is the hardest thing about trading and the hardest thing to actually break out from. So, how do you actually remove ego? You have to fix it by changing your habits. It's the only way. And these are some things that genuinely helped me. Number one was decide my risk before the trade. By this, when I was looking at taking a trade, I'd be like, right, I want to risk 1% of my account on this trade. So I set my stops at the correct place and I set my take profit at the correct place. And then you've got to force yourself not to edit these at all whilst in a trade. Because you set this risk whilst you had a clear mind, while you didn't have ego talking. And then if you do lose, you were prepared to lose that amount. So it's not a big deal when that one loss happens, but it becomes a big deal if it went straight past the place where you originally set your stop loss, and now it's going even further. Now you're losing even more. And that's when it becomes a big issue because you weren't mentally ready for that loss. So now that you're in it, it's really difficult to get out of it. So you need to decide your risk before the trade, and you need to stick to it throughout the entirety of that trade. Number 2 is only increase lot sizes after a long period of consistent winning, not losses. This is because ego always wants you to size up after taking a loss. And that's what completely destroys accounts. Because, for example, it's a very simple analogy, but if you put $100 into a trading account and you lost $50, you lost 50%. Now, if you want to get back to that $100, you now need to make 100% of your trading account to get back to your original level. So that 50% loss, now you've got to make 100% to get it back. And that's where your ego kicks in. That's where it wants you to double your lot size so you can do almost the same trade, but hopefully get back to break even as quickly as possible. But it really doesn't go that way all the time. So what I do is I set myself targets, like especially like over the weekends or on holidays, after potentially 3 months of winning, consistent winning and profits, then I'll look to size up. That's how long I look at sizing up for. I don't size up every week. I don't size up after every winning day. It's literally every 3 to 6 months I'm looking to size up my positions. But ego wants you to do the opposite of that. And that's where you've got to be really strict about not sizing up any positions. If you just trade with one lot of gold, you keep it as one lot of gold. If you're in a losing streak, you can reduce it to maybe 0.5, 0.75 lots, but do not increase your lot size. And number 3, stop treating trading like their performance reviews. One losing day does not mean anything. Your goal is to collect data, not to try and impress the market or impress your friends or impress your family or even impress yourself. Your goal is to collect data with your trades. You're building a big body of work. You're not trying to win trader of the day, because guess what? There are no trophies for trader of the day. So stop trying to make every day your next biggest trading day, because it's just not going to happen. And you've got to think to yourself as well, if you have a 60% win rate, you're going to be losing 4 out of 6 trades. Now, after each of these 4 losses that you're guaranteed to have now, you can't be up in lot sizes or up in your risk or anything, because you know that you will eventually have your 6 winning trades, but you cannot start upping stuff because you're just gonna end up blowing the account. You're just gonna completely lose it all. So stop treating it like a performance review and you're trying to win trader of the day. It doesn't exist. Keep it consistent, keep your losses small, keep your risk tight, don't size up, because the winning days, they will come. And those are the days where you can't let ego step in as well. So throughout the entire video, I've purely spoken about ego after you've taken a loss. Now, I just wanted to mention ego after you've taken a win as well, because this can really, really affect you. So say you had a winning day, you made, I don't know, 3% of your account. You then feel amazing, you feel excited, you've made a decent amount of profit. But what happens is instantly your ego kicks in and you almost wanna trade again because you've just had this win. You wanna trade even more, you wanna get even more money. And then ego steps in, you place another trade, you then lose that trade, and then you wanna try and get back to the original profit that you made. You enter another trade and you lose all the profit you made that day. Or you take that second trade, it wins, now your ego is huge because you've now won 2 massive trades in a row. So what does your brain think the next trade's gonna do? It thinks it's gonna win big. And that's when you break all your rules, you over risk, you over leverage, and it loses and you lose everything. And there will always be that time where you're overconfident, your ego is huge because you've had these big winning trades, and then one trade wipes them all out. So yes, ego plays a part when you're taking losses, but ego also takes a part when you're winning. And that's why it's so important to have like a 1 or 2 trade max a day rule. Because if you can limit the amount of trades that you're taking per day, you'll find better setups. Your ego will be smaller. After a nice win, you can just shut your laptop and enjoy your day. You don't need to be worrying about when the next huge trade is going to appear on that trading session or on that trading day. So ego comes in 2 ways, after a loss and after a win. So control your ego, know when it's actually happening, know when you feel ego. And once you know you're feeling it, that's your time to step away from the charts and just walk away, because there's always going to be another trading day. So try to balance your goals, your emotions, and the pressure that you put on yourself. Follow your rules. I know it's easy for me to say it, it's a lot harder to actually put into practice. But the more you practice it, the more you repeat it, the easier it will become to control all your emotions and specifically ego. So that's the end of episode 9 of The Trader's Mind. If this hit home and you want to go deeper into your mindset and psychology, I've just created a new Telegram group called The Trader's Mind. It's not signals, it's not motivation, it's not hype. It's me showing you the rules that I use, the mistakes that I make, and the mindset conversations which I wish I had when I first started. So if you want to join, I've left the link in the description of the video. I've also put the link to FTMO and XNES, who are the brokers I use as well. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and put anything down in the comments section which you wish to know further about, or anything where I can improve on the videos. And again, thank you very much for watching. I wish you all the best with your trading, and I'll see you in the final episode tomorrow.